My name is Rebita Raffaeli and I'm an interactive storyteller for toddlers and children at the age of 2 to 6. In this video, I will show you how I take a children's book and deliver it to the children in a fascinating, interesting and interactive way so they can engage to the activity and to me. I will show you various ideas and you can choose what suits you and what suits the children you teach. I chose the book Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes by Eric Litwin, illustrated James D. Besides the fact that this book is great for children because it combines colors and a repetitive story, two things I want to emphasize in this book. Number one, look how Pete the Cat, the character, is illustrated. He is cool. He plays an electrical guitar. He has a red car. He rolls along no matter what happens. This is actually information we are getting about the character, and as storytellers, we are supposed to play a very cool character. You can choose a real cool character that you know in real life and enjoy, have fun playing it. It's just like an actor or an actress. The second thing I would like to emphasize in this book is that I love the philosophical message in the book. No matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song because it's all good. I think it's a great message, and I think it's a great message for adults and children. Now I'm going to show you how I deliver this story to the children. Hey, you know I have something in my bag? He wants to meet you. Look at what he has. He has one shoe. What color? White. But I think he has another one. Let's see. Second shoe. Do you think there's a third shoe? Hey, yes. Is there a fourth one? Goodness me, there is. Do you know someone who has 4 white shoes? It's true, Pete the Cat. Do you want to meet him? I'm assuming that the children know Pete the Cat. And if they don't know, then I will ask different questions, such as, he also has a blue tail and he meows. What animal meows? It's true, a cat. Do you want to meet a cat that has 4 white shoes? Yes. Hello, my name is Pete the Cat. Do you know that I am really famous? Someone wrote a book about me. Do you want to see? And now I will show the children the book. I use a puppet that a puppeteer made me. But you can use a simple image. You can make a simple mask. You can wear a blue shirt and use white socks in your hand for the show, for what you're making the children. The most important thing is not the props, is that you enjoy playing the role of Pete the Cat. Have fun. After I show them the book, I open the first page and I read them the very first page. I will then close the book and continue telling the children the story myself. I memorize the book, and the reason I don't read from the book itself is that I want all my attentions to be towards the children. I want to look at their eyes and not down to the book. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his new white shoes. He loved his shoes so much that he sang a song. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes. Now I just made this lyric up. So this is one option, just make it up. But you can also ask one of the children to make up the lyrics of the songs. And because it's repeated, you can ask a couple of times different children each time. a girl or a boy, to make up their music. If you play any musical instrument, and I wish I would, it's great to use it here. Make up a lyric and teach the children. Another thing I do is I use Haydn's symphony, the Surprise Symphony, and I use this part. First, I demonstrate the physical moves with Pete the cat. Then, because it's repetitive, the children learn to move just like me and to fall in the floor in the surprise part. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of a fruit that is red with black spots. Can you guess? True! Strawberries! He stepped in a pile of strawberries. Look what I use. So I use this tab, which is red, and inside I put this special cloth. Do you know, and I tell the children, do you know the feeling of stepping in a pile of strawberries? Let's see. Reach out your hands, and I actually let the children just feel the strawberries. And what color did his shoes turn into? If the children know the book, they will tell me. If they don't know, they will have to think about it. And I will answer, let's see if you're right. I use this accessory for the red shoe. It's another opportunity to invite one of the children to put Pete's shoe. And it's a motorical activity. So I can invite 3 children for this. Did Pete the cat cry? No! 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 Goodness no! So what did I do? He kept along singing his song, and this time singing, I love my red shoes, I love my red shoes. So why am I crying if Pete the cat doesn't cry in the book? The reason I cry is that I want to surprise the kids that are familiar with this story. They jump on their chair and tell me, no, he didn't cry, because they know the book. Now, you know how children react when the story is very, very known to them, and you suddenly change it. So this crying of Pete confuses the children, and they immediately react to it. It makes the story much more interesting and surprising. Here I am using theatrical humor with the children. This humor is suitable for children around 4 to 6. Toddlers at the age of 1 to 3 years old won't understand this humor. And I will just present the story as it's written. I will repeat this part exactly the same with the blueberry, with the mud, and with the water. I will give them clues for what is blueberries, just like I did with the strawberries. And if necessary, I will show them a picture of blueberries, because in my countries, blueberries are not a fruit that is common. Now, for the blueberries, I used this tab, which has a different kind of sensory feeling. I will use this accessory for the blueberries. I will do the same scene with Pete the cat, sobbing and crying. Now the children will laugh because they understand it's a joke. For the puddle of mud, I use this tab that has a cushion and feels very soft. I let the children feel the tub of the strawberries, of the blueberries, and the mud. For the water, I use this tab, and now I will ask them, what color did Pete's shoes turn into when he stepped in the water? Now, this question can be quite challenging if the children don't know the book. I like to show them how all the brown and all the red and the blue was washed away. It's a prop that is interesting to watch, right? And if you use socks, it's the same thing. You can also ask the children to help you take it off. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. The red, blue, and brown were washed away. His shoes were white, but now they were wet. Did he cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes, I. After I finish ending the story about the moral of the story, Pete whispers me a secret. What? Really? You know, Pete just told me that there is a round circle here that belongs to him. Do you see? I encourage the children to look for a round circle. And look what the children find. This is a very beautiful props that someone made for me, and it's actually made of thin wood. But you can do the same thing with a thick paper that is attached via a split pin, which will rotate like this. So you remember that Pete walked along and then he stepped in a big pile of this fruit, red fruit. It's true, and his first leg became red. And his second shoe became red. And his third became red. Look how nice it looks. And his fourth became red. And then he stepped on a big pile of, it's true, blueberries. And look, the first shoe, the second shoe, the third shoe, the fourth shoe. And then he stepped in mud. And what color? You see brown, another brown, another brown, and another brown. And then he stepped in water, and all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red washed in the water. And his shoes turned again white. It's true, but this time wet. This is a beautiful props that actually summarize this book for the children. This is a props you can also make with the children as an art activity, if it suits the age of the children you work with, because it's an art activity combined with a play activity. I want to offer you a week of activities according to this book. You can do one day of demonstrating the book, just like I showed you. You can do one day doing an artwork from the book. As you can see, Pinterest is full of ideas. You can do a theater play using the electrical guitar, the coffee, and all the props that are illustrated in the book. Here is a game that I like to play with the children. I use blindfold to cover the children's eyes, and the children have to guess what tub they are touching. Is it the strawberries or the mud? Another game could be using the real fruit and using blindfolds and tasting the real food. You can use exercise activities like a pile of pillows, one on top of the others, covered with a red cloth, and the children have to walk on top of it, just like Pete the cat did. Or creating a route in the kindergarten according to the story. Or maybe if it's summer, you can walk and dirty your feet and feel just like this. When you tell the same story for a week, but every day there is a new activity according to this book, it demonstrates the children the power of a story, the treasure the children's books offer to us. If you do this for 1 week, I suggest you summarize all the activities at the end of the week. I suggest you talk about it with the children, show pictures of all the artworks, and celebrate this week of Pete the Cat. I hope this video sparkled you with ideas, and I would love to hear what you took from the ideas that I gave. If you have questions, you are welcome to ask me, and if you think this video would help someone else, feel free to share it. And don't forget, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good.